so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Atlanta Falcons and the San Francisco 49ers. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10.
At the 40.
Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know a coach told me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
The Niners sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. I mean, winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And last week they took one on the chin, but to me, this is a pretty resilient bunch. So I don't think they'll dwell too much on that loss. And they'll be looking to come out in this one and make amends right now.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Lance looking to throw it. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very 1st quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. It probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. In motion comes the tight end left. one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the touchdown.
Deebo Samuel, his third touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we've wondered just how good is this team? They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Running on first down, Eckler.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Real quick.
Eckler now between the tackles. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Fred Warner. And the Falcons will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd and 6 from the 10. Here's Jackson to throw. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case,
it'll be intercepted. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And the slot man goes in motion left. Throwing on 1st down is Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Wait.
On 2nd down, here's Mitchell. 51 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st. Here's Lance. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Touchdown 49ers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target. And it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Play action. It's Jackson. Got an open man. It's Josh Palmer. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Throwing is Jackson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Jackson. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Flushed out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Falcons are back within a score.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first.
He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
A big play there for the Niners. And even 40 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
1st down, here's Mitchell.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance.
It's complete to Hopkins. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Lance now on 1st down. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Throwing now is Lance. Crossing the field, Beckham makes a catch.
And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 12-yard line.
Again, it's Lance.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. To throw, it's Lance.
Caught left side, it's Beckham. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Lance looking to throw on 3rd and 2.
On the move, touchdown! A great play there
of the first half. And the Niners would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now 21-7.
So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw taken in by Palmer.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've hit halftime here in Santa Clara with the 49ers out in front. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Now Lance on the bootleg.
Sliding out of the pocket.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
And Lance going to throw.
This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And able to haul it in is Kittle.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Lance's throw into the hands of Andrews. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Cameron Curl with the tackle that time.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw complete there to Beckham. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Going right back to Beckham here, complete.
And he is going to have a 49ers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
From the gun, to give to Mitchell.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
Butker's kick here is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety.
That's exactly what they were aiming for defensively. A huge early play that cuts off any opposing momentum at the knees. As soon as that snap was made, they were flying to the ball and through the line. Great call from the coaching staff and even better execution.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Going deep for Hopkins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Lance.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack.
And award that sack to Boogie Basham.
Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
And they'll go for it. Lance. Pass complete on the out route to Beckham. And he's going to have the Niners 1st down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 there on 4th and inches. They run over center with Mitchell.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The throw over the middle taken in. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line.
Now Lance.
He completes it to Beckham. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. On play action, Lance.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Now Lance again.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there with touchdown number 3 in the game and 6 on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will bump the lead up to 26. This will be a return from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And into the end zone, a pick 6 from a 49er D as they score the touchdown. Butker now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak. And
and my goodness, another interception.
And the 49ers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Lance and the 49ers now, 1st and 10,
right at the 50-yard line.
Drive starts with a give to Mitchell.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Up the middle, here's Mitchell.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Once again, it's Mitchell.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell.
He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Falcons are going to get it back here just past the 35.
That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And now here is another interception.
And the Niners will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all three timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
And Lance's throw pulled in by Hopkins. A give here to Mitchell.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. That one looks like he'll throw here.
Throws the out loud and completes it to Samuel.
Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
Throwing now is Lance.
This one caught by Kittle. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They'll run with Mitchell.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build.
Just something to build.
And my goodness, another interception.
And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout. You and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
Fans usually love to see scoring, and there's no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed They did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Niners,
they run their mark to 6-2 on the year.
And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they'll be back home next week as they're set to take